Hello, welcome to this new video. My name is Martina Vincenzi and I am the founder of the VIP Flight Attendant Academy Private Jet Coach. Today I would like to talk to you about body language and what is the relationship between body language and a private jet. Well, you know, the private jet is a very confined space, and most of them are actually defined as the small jets, which in fact they are not really that small. However, definitely the cabin itself is very confined. It's a small space, and you know, imagine if you have somebody who cannot control the body language, the feeling of looking at this person inside such a confined space, so inside a cabin, could actually result in occupying a lot of space. So I give you an example. Me, as being Italian, obviously the gesture, the hand gesture, is very much part of my culture. And when I am on board a private jet, I really do make an aware effort to try to control it as much as possible, and to stop having, you know, my hands flying around in circles or butterflies or whatever other designs in the air. Why is that so? Because otherwise I might result as an overwhelming presence in the cabin, because again the space is so confined. Also, you have to consider that for the majority of the time the level is different, so the customers are actually seated, but you are standing because maybe you are walking in the cabin, or you are performing your service, or you are doing whatever else. So when you talk to them, you actually have better to lower yourself to their level, so not to appear as aggressive or imposive to them. However, when you are obviously doing something, you are standing and they are seated. So imagine if you are standing, and on top of that you even add all this gesture of moving your hands and arms around, you will actually occupy really a lot of space, and as a result you may appear as authoritative, as aggressive, and therefore maybe not giving positive and relaxing vibes towards your customers. So what do I do? Well, how can I actually make this conscious effort to reduce the movement of my arms? I have to say this is not that easy, because again, it's a part of my culture. I've been, you know, the environment where you live, either you want it or not, has a big impact, a big influence in the way you are. I remember the time that I used to live in Dubai, for example. The Arabic culture had a massive impact on me, regardless I want it or not. It's because the people you're surrounded by, it's because the smells, you know, that you can smell around in the city, the way they dress, what you eat, the air you breathe, everything has an involvement. The music, the accent and the language, of course. So everything has a huge impact on you, and either you want it or not. So this is part of me. So I just know it. I am aware of that. And again, so how do I do when I'm on board a private jet? Well, I can tell you about this little trick that I have, and it comes back to my memory when a few years ago I watched a movie about Lady Diana. And I don't remember the movie. I just remember this scene very much, very well, very clearly in my mind. And she was for the first time inside Buckingham Palace. So she was going through, you know, a royal etiquette training, let's call it this way. And in order for her to stop using her arms and behaving like a princess, let's say, they have restrained her with a belt around her arms. So kind of a, you know, mid-arm level. They have put this belt around her, so she was actually restrained. She couldn't move this part of the arm, but only the forearm, so from the elbow to the hand. And this is the only movement that she could do. So she was already reducing a lot the space, you know, of the gesture, of the hand gesture. Then I also remember that they have put, after a few days of this training, they have put between the belt and her body, they have put a piece of wood, like a wood stick, to force her having, you know, a very straight posture. So this is what I do. I imagine the feeling of being restrained in my arms and having a wood stick behind my back, so that it forced me to stand straight with my open shoulder and moving just my forearms, so from the elbow to the hands. This, I have to say, really helps me a lot in controlling the gesture as much as possible. I also try to control my facial expression as much as possible. You know, my eyes, my eyebrows, my smile, obviously. This is, I would say, a little bit more difficult. It's still work in progress. You know, I consider myself a very expressive person. So my emotions and I use a lot my face to express my emotion and as part of my body language. It's probably the way, you know, the easiest way I have to communicate, I would say. So that's still very much work in progress, but definitely I managed to find a way to control my arms by using this trick. So I really just to focus and imagine the sensation of feeling restrained that way, with a belt around my arms and a wood stick behind my back. And you know, this is just because when you are on board a private jet, the sensation, the vibes that you should transferring to your customers is of confidence. And a person who is gesturing a lot and moving the arms a lot and the hands in the air and so on and so forth is actually a person who is most probably taken away by the emotions at that moment in time. It's probably not in control of the emotions because it's so overwhelmed by them that he has to kind of you know, let them go somehow, and by moving body parts is probably the easiest way and the most natural way you have to let them go. So I do not want to appear that way. Clearly, I want to be. I want to, you know, share the feeling that I am in control, that they are safe with me, that I'm there to help, that I am approachable, that I am a confident woman, I'm a confident person, that I know what I'm doing, that I am on top of the situation, and that they just can relax because I'm there to remove any concern from their shoulder. Now I am taking care of that. You can relax. You are safe. This is my time now, and I will make you having a very good time on board the private jet. Well, this is just my little trick, and it comes from, yeah, Lady Diana, surprisingly enough. I hope this can help you. Let me know, how do you feel about communication, non-verbal communication, and any tricks you have to deal with that when you are on board, when you are working or when you are aboard of a private jet. And if you have any other questions regarding private jets, flight attendant life, corporate aviation, or this industry in general, feel free to reach out to me. And as always, please do subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any future videos. And I just say ciao for now, and baci baci.